Hello and welcome to the Diamond Report for Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. This is your host, Doug Diamond. It's currently about 11:40 p.m. I wanted to show you we've got a magnitude 6.1 earthquake just off the coast of Chile. You can see that it didn't quite strike land, but it's right there on the edge. That's another magnitude 6. Now we had an earlier one a few days back. Hit Peru. That was northern Peru. Yeah, northern Peru. So we've had two magnitude 6.0 or greater quakes in the last week, just in South America, and another one, magnitude 6.0, near Vanuatu or the Solomon Islands in the West Pacific, and then another 6.0 near Fiji that was a deep one. So we've had definitely an uptick in larger quakes, 5s and 6s, over the last week. That's what we're looking at right now globally. I've got 5s and above showing on the screen, so you can see all these that have just happened over the last 7 days. Now if we look at quakes like we normally do in the Diamond Report, we'll back that back off to the last 48 hours. And this is everything magnitude 2.0 and greater over the last 48 hours, so the last 2 days. Not really a whole lot of new information I want to give you. There was, we've got a swarm going on here in New Zealand, and also continued swarm, pretty large one going on in western Turkey. Right here where we have this big stack of 2s going up the center of the screen. That's been going on for a few days. It seems to be increasing. But not a whole lot of new activity other than the 6.0 I want to show you in South America. So let's move on to the headlines. I wanted to briefly cover what 5G is and also the Internet of Things. We're going to be talking extensively about this on Lost Arts Radio on Sunday night, the 23rd. LostArtsRadio.com for more information. Our guest will be Lena Pu, P-U. She will be discussing 5G, and we have an article added here. If you go to LostArtsRadio.com and click on articles, near the top, or right now it's at the top. By the time you see this, there may be other articles on top of this one, above this one, that are newer. But this one's entitled, What are 5G and the Internet of Things? And 5G refers to the 5th generation wireless technology. Its intended purpose is to provide faster and higher capacity data transmissions to carry the massive amount of data that will be generated from the Internet of Things, and for faster video streaming. That said, no one is yet clear about how 5G will be achieved, so at present it is being used more as a marketing term than a reality. Our government and the wireless industry predict that 5G will deliver millions of new cell towers, millions, to our neighborhoods, outfitting virtually every lamppost with a small cell, beaming radiation into our homes 24/7. In light of the robust and ever-growing independent science showing adverse health effects from radio frequency microwave radiation, the desensification of our neighborhoods with 5G infrastructure may prove to be a very ill-conceived idea. Absolutely. This mentions microwave radiation right here. And that is true. However, it also includes what's called millimeter radiation, which is even a smaller, more intensive band of energy or frequency. So I would just invite you to, if you go to the homepage of LostArtsRadio.com, you'll see that our guest here, Lena Pu, L-E-N-A-P-U, she's going to be talking extensively about the Wi-Fi threat and about 5G in particular. She knows her stuff, so definitely tune in if you have time. It's Sunday night, April 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And what is the Internet of Things? A good person to listen to on this is Patrick Wood of Technocracy.news. He talks a lot about the Internet of Things and how they can achieve it technologically and what it will mean for the power structure. The Internet of Things, as being marketed and sold to the public, is a vision of wirelessly connecting everything possible to the Internet, all machines, appliances, objects, and devices. In addition, the IoT, or Internet of Things, will include artificial intelligence, AI, robots, and virtual reality, VR, and Internet of Things sensors and surveillance cameras will pepper our communities as well. The IoT cyber physical system, which includes humans, will render all objects, quote, smart, i.e. connected to the cloud, thus enabling machine-to-machine and machine-to-human communications. So now see, we're opening the door to more intensive transhumanism and always constantly being connected to everything all the time. Every IoT thing, including AI and VR, will generate personal usage data, which will be mined, stored, and used by government and industry. Every IoT thing, including AI and VR, will also irradiate our homes and communities 24/7 with hazardous frequencies of pulsed microwave radiation, and I would also add millimeter wave radiation that I just mentioned a minute ago. Some of the IoT products currently being manufactured include driverless cars, which I call self-crashing cars, clothing, toasters, coffee makers, even diapers and pacifiers for babies will be made smart. There will be smart mattresses with infidelity detection systems, smart toothbrushes to record and notify you how well you're brushing your teeth, Wi-Fi connected pills to transmit data from inside your belly, and the Internet of Things even promises sex robots and Bluetooth tampons. Let that sink in for a minute. Although government and industry promote the IoT as the panacea for all ills, the IoT itself creates a plethora of problems. This website, meaning whatis5g.info, this website discusses 8 ways that 5G and the IoT will cause serious harms to humans, wildlife, and our Earth. After exploring this website and further research, you may feel the hope for benefits of the IoT do not outweigh the various serious harms, and you may choose not to buy into the IoT, both figuratively and literally. So this is something that's beyond anything Orwellian. I mean, it's so far past that, it's insane. I mean, Orwell never even thought of anything like this. I mean, smart mattresses and smart toothbrushes? Come on. We don't really need this stuff, folks. So just look into this. I would definitely recommend going to whatis5g.info for more information. You can also read and share this article off of lostartsradio.com. And with something that fits in pretty nicely with the San Francisco blackouts on Friday, North Korea nukes San Francisco in propaganda video. That's on Breitbart. From RT.com, U.S. Navy F-18 from carrier Carl Vinson crashes off the Philippines. The fighter pilot was attempting to land on the aircraft carrier and was forced to eject. An X-22 report, U.S. sniffer plane scans North Korea. Be prepared for the next event. From Zero Hedge, China is building the world's largest nuclear submarine facility. The risk of an accidental nuclear war is growing, says a UN panel. That's on the Daily Sheeple. Nowhere to hide, IMF advocates a cashless world. That's on Sputnik News. American Airlines employee suspended after hitting mother, challenging passenger to a fight. That's on Zero Hedge. Flying is about to get even more miserable. Well, at least for poor people. From the Express, we're not scared. North Korea taunts America and says Pyongyang wants a war. North Korea warns China of catastrophic consequences if it continues economic sanctions. That's also on the Express. What would happen if Trump nuked North Korea? How many people would perish? Absolutely ridiculous that we're even talking about this and having this conversation. Army and 50,000 police drafted in to guard voters fearing terror during French election. North Korea could destroy the world with just 3 bombs, warns Kim Jong-un's ambassador to the West. WikiLeaks releases CIA manual on how to turn a Samsung TV into a secret microphone as the U.S. prepares to charge Assange. Just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there. From the Daily Star, North Korea warns Great War coming as U.S. strike force just days away. Confirmed Hillary and the CIA colluded with foreign spies to defeat Trump. Didn't work out too well, did it? Muslim immigrant charged with terrorism after barging into Christian conference and making threats with guns. That's on the Gateway Pundit. CFR says Trump sabotaging globalist world order. Let's hope so. I wish it was even more profound than it is. Republicans hit out at unethical psychiatrists who claim Trump has a dangerous mental illness. Rupert Murdoch plans to turn Fox News into yet another progressive news outlet. That's on thelastgreatstand.com. From freedomoutpost.com, the IRS seized $17 million from Americans' bank accounts, but they were never charged with the crime. Fox contributor Richard Fowler says to stop radical Islam is to not mention radical Islam. That's on the Gateway Pundit. Sounds like it should be a Weekend Update with Dennis Miller from Saturday Night Live. U.S. walking on the razor's edge as uncertainty over ties with Iran looms. That's on Sputnik News. Swedes microchip themselves, become guinea pigs in the digital dystopia. Tear gas, smoke grenades, and flares. Violence erupts at Paris protest the day before the election. That's from RT.com. French election, victory for Marine Le Pen will spell the end of the world as we know it. That's on the Express. Franco-German machine is collapsing. How anti-EU voters could decide the French election. That's on the Express as well. Did Russia shoot down U.S. missiles in Syria? That's on Zero Hedge. An X22 report, billionaires are now terrified of a major correction this summer. North Korea threatens nuclear war with Australia, saying the country is within range of Kim Jong-un's missile arsenal, and warning Malcolm Turnbull not to cozy up to Trump's U.S. Palestinian jihadist claims Islamic State planning to encircle Israel's borders. That's on Breitbart. Dramatic footage captures a deadly firefight between American mercenaries and Somali pirates as they try to hijack a cargo ship. And from the Free Thought Project, Don't Shoot Me. Video shows cops hold 5 innocent children at gunpoint for playing basketball. You're out of your element, Donald. Scientists across the world join D.C. in march against Trump's science budget cuts and growing anti-research sentiment. Well, if science, as we know it now, wasn't a religion, then maybe he wouldn't have to cut the things that he's cutting. And for the classiest headline of the day, Sharia in Delaware. State Senate opens with Muslim prayer with an imam who picks his nose during the Pledge of Allegiance. That's on the Gateway Pundit. Russia and North Korea blamed for massive power cuts across the U.S. days after CIA warning. Deadly superbug poses catastrophic threat to U.S., says top doctor. That's on Sputnik News. New leak exposes shady world of stalkerware surveillance software. That's on RT.com. And what sounds like a replay of the Trump and Hillary scenario, just not Le Pen. Mainstream media in panic over French presidential candidate's possible win. That's on Sputnik News. From Full Spectrum Survival, YouTube is dying. Find alternative sources for information now. A major event is coming. And more about Operation Gotham Shield, 5 things you need to know about the U.S. government's simulated terror attack on NYC. The International Monetary Fund drops a pledge to resist all forms of protectionism. That's on Zero Hedge. The first 100 days, will there be a next 100 days? That's from Dave Hodges of The Common Sense Show. And also from Dave Hodges, America's Perfect Storm. Bay of Bengal, depleted fish stocks and huge dead zone, signal tipping point. Long treated as a bottomless resource pit, overexploitation of the ocean, pollution, and rising sea levels are having a catastrophic impact on life in the bay. That's on TheGuardian.com. From Dane Wigington of Geoengineering Watch, false flag chemical weapons attack pushes World War III while global geoengineering omnicide continues. A YouTube video, flashback, Silent Epidemic, the untold story of vaccines. Highly recommend that one. Geoengineering affects you, your environment, and your loved ones. That's the homepage of geoengineeringwatch.org. From Natural News, Pure Evil, how Google steals content, crushes small publishers, and monopolizes the internet for profit. Another 10,000 homes evacuated from Florida as fires caused by crippling drought conditions has destroyed nearly 100,000 acres this year. That's on thebigwobble.org. Prisons of pleasure or pain, Huxley's Brave New World versus Orwell's 1984. I think we have both. CIA and FBI admit that Wikileaks Vault 7 was not done by Russia, but an inside job. That's on theduran.com. Apocalyptic skies leave an atmospheric inferno, another warning sign of things to come. Proof solar radiation is leaving artificial colors fading fast. That's on All News Pipeline. God and the Machine, my strange journey into transhumanism. Steve says, long read, but will help you understand the seduction and the false hope of transhumanism. That's on theguardian.com. A web exclusive, this is from Skywatch TV, Steve Quayle and Tim Alberino, True Legends, Giants Part 1. Trump administration begins quiet preparations for government shutdown. That's on Zero Hedge. A video, iPhones are eye spies. WikiLeaks Vault 7 revelations continue to terrify most of us, carry smartphones, and watch web-enabled TVs without much thought, but the revelations found in WikiLeaks Vault 7 release warns that we should consider the sinister effects. From Skywatch TV, is it chaos residues from prehistoric war between God and Lucifer? NASA to send space probes to ancient planet remains. The ideas made it, but I didn't. Pat Buchanan won after all, but now he thinks it might be too late for the nation he was trying to save. That's on Politico. Terrible. Congress considers taxing 401k contributions. That's on dailywire.com. Can this secretive Russian technology black out entire cities? Russian electronic weapons system already proven to be able to disable advanced U.S. weapon systems, and were Friday's blackouts in 3 major U.S. cities just a coincidence or something much more? That's on All News Pipeline. WikiLeaks releases more CIA docs. Rogue feds consider charges against Assange. Milo plans comeback at Berkeley. That's on The Hollywood Reporter. Brick and mortar stores shuttering at record pace. That's from the Wall Street Journal. Earth from 1 billion miles away. Cassini captures mind-blowing image. That's on RT. Oh boy, the flat earthers will like that one, won't they? And there it is. I guarantee you the flat earthers are busy debunking that picture right now. A John Bound report, Obama plotted Iranian nuclear offensive. Former president intentionally destabilized world regions. Yes, he did. Overseas residents kick off French election as LePen surges. The first round will send 2 of 11 candidates into a runoff. And again, the elite panic and call for Trump to be put into a mental institution. Globalists want Trump gone, but the genie is out of the bottle. Okay, that's all for today's Diamond Report. Thanks for listening and watching. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will see you tomorrow.